So this is Emily. Emily is 37. She's child free and she had the nerve to be child free and travel and decide to be happy and enjoy her life. She posted this reel and she got a lot of backlash from the people that think that child free women should be miserable. Let's check out her story. Emily wrote a personal essay, and I want to talk about it. She titled it, I Went Viral for Being Childless and Happy at 37, and it was terrifying. The way some people come after other folks simply by having the nerve to live a different lifestyle and be happy about it is so weird to me. Even as a mother, I am very supportive of women doing what they want and being happy with it. It would seem really strange if you are a parent, you see someone out living their life and feel the need to criticize and come for them simply because they don't want to or do not live the same way you do. So let's get into her essay. She said, the comments on my Instagram reel rolled in faster than I could delete them. So this is one of the comments. No kids, not married, and 37, just a big child with no responsibility and never done anything useful. Pathetic cow. Sad, something is wrong with her. Another one trying to prove that she's happy inside. Post a video again in your 40s when you have 8 cats and no man wants you. You'll die alone. Probably no one will miss you, really. Hundreds of comments per hour telling me I was pathetic and cringy and that feminism had deluded me into believing I was happy. Strangers. They appear to be primarily men, many with photos of presumably their own daughters in their profile pictures, were resharing my content all over the world with their own text overlaying it, explaining how women like me were ruining civilization, glamorizing feminism, and we would die alone. What had I done to bring on this onslaught of negativity and harassment? I posted an Instagram reel that simply said, age 37, never married, no kids, over a montage of travels in my 30s. Initially, I wrote out a long caption, as I'm known to do, explaining my thought process and sharing my version of a social media trend in which people post their age and showcase their interesting lives, sans children. I was going to explain that this, being unmarried and without any kids, hadn't been my plan for life. That is just what had happened so far. I'm not waiting on anyone or anything to live, but I decided at the last minute after a glass of wine at the airport lounge that I didn't need to over explain myself. Famous last words, right? And simply caption the video, just living life very happily. At first, the response was as expected. I've been an influencer for nearly a decade, so I'm used to the one-off negative comments, the ones I can easily block and delete without another thought. But somewhere along the line, the response shifted dramatically. Millions of people had seen my post, and I woke up with hundreds of new comments, nearly all hurtful, from primarily men, but also women with many with Bible verses and kindness in their bios, telling me every variation of "you will die alone" and "no one wants you anyway" that they could muster. I tried to delete and block, but it quickly became too overwhelming. That first week, I don't think I slept for more than 30 minutes at a time. I received messages and emails for months, still am, telling me how sad my life is, mocking my appearance, all of them with some version of the same message of, you'll die alone. Immediately after the backlash, I tried to explain online through follow up posts and stories that I never said that having or not having kids or being married or unmarried was better than the other. This is just where my life is now. I often repeat it. I'm just making the most of it. I never said I didn't want those things. I just don't have them now. But there were still hundreds, thousands of strangers projecting their thoughts onto me and refusing to believe what I said about myself was true, refusing to believe that I was happy, that I am happy. I think I got onto the tradwife side of the internet. I told a friend a few days after my post went viral, At that point, I did not know much about the phenomenon gaining momentum on social media of soft girls and tradwives. The trend is of dependence, with wives and girlfriends online sharing their homemaking and child rearing and their decision to not work outside the home as the only honorable option for women, not one of many. I believe these traditional values adherents would say that I, a now 38-year-old woman who is unmarried and childless, is what is wrong with the world. And they sure did. For months after the post, I was on edge whenever I opened Instagram. The app that makes up a large percentage of my livelihood had become something I feared. I stopped posting much, almost nothing personal, and nothing from my home. I didn't look at messages or read comments, and I second guessed everything I wrote. I think I'm having a crisis of confidence, I told a mentor, not understanding the magnitude of my feelings. But soon I realized the feeling I tried to minimize by describing as on edge was much more. It was crippling anxiety, and I'm able to see in hindsight depression. I didn't sleep well for months. I had digestive problems, low energy, panic attacks, angry outbursts, and my skin started breaking out. I was gaining weight and finding a reason to stay home and isolate myself. I chalked it up to winter and the lack of sunlight, but it wasn't the lack of sun. I had broken. Sharing my life with others had given me so much confidence in the past, but now my life itself had been belittled to the point where I couldn't help but inadvertently take some of it on. It's not normal to have this much negativity thrown at you, I tried to explain to my friends, but the truth is not many people have ever or will ever experience anything like this. There's no roadmap or DSM diagnosis for going viral, but as I now know from my experience, it can be life altering. My entire brand online is about inspiring solo female travelers. I've visited nearly all 50 states and nearly every U.S. national park completely alone as a challenge to myself. But again, just because that's what's happened in my life thus far, I don't believe it is the only or best way. So while my instinct was to share my struggles after being harassed online on Instagram, I haven't been very open about it until now, as it felt like I was betraying the very people I set out to inspire by admitting that I let this criticism seep in even a little, that I had been rattled. To admit that I wasn't strong enough to handle internet bullying felt like another blow. I had been dealt enough of those already. My Instagram reel has now been seen over 16 million times with over half a million likes and tens of thousands of shares. And despite the negativity, through lots of inner work, taking long social media breaks, sharing less, and speaking with friends and professionals, I'm coming out on the other side and can realize the positives. I have thousands of new followers, and many women have sent me messages that reel I shared did, in fact, inspire them. So I'll keep sharing, but with a bit of a shield for now. I want to use my experiences to clear the field for others, and I believe vulnerability and honesty are how to do it. She says, but I don't want to lose myself again along the way. She is Emily Hart, and on IG, she is at Emily Ventures. And what is wild about this is that I completely know and understand on a smaller scale how these people can come for you. They can come for you personally because I've had that happen to me. And it does hurt. It is hurtful at some point. You know, you can't really know how you will be impacted by internet bullying or people that just want to throw conjectures at you. But we really need to take a step back and recognize that how you are living right now is perfectly fine and amazing for you. But how you are living does not dictate what other people need to do. And people, parents, mothers, wives, husbands, y'all need to step back and let these child free people, these child free women live their lives and be happy. If you can't go, if you're jealous, if you think that the way you're living is the best way to go, do that. But if this woman wants to travel or have her cats or drink her wine or brunch, let her do that. It ain't hurting you. It ain't hurt your family. All right, y'all. Join the conversation. Let me know what you think about this story. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.